In June, our legendary leading ladies make a point. In June, light up your nights as our legendary Leading Lady series continues. Katharine Hepburn reigns in The Rainmaker with Burt Lancaster. Spencer Tracy is proud that Liz Taylor is father's little dividend. Miss Kelly is graceful as the Swan. And William Holden finds Ginger Rogers forever female. The legendary Leading Ladies continue on The Best of Hollywood.
Next time on Born Free, the mother who abandoned Reagan returns.
Reagan, this is your mother.
I don't think this is going to be a very happy visit.
She wants to take Reagan back to the States with her.
Whatever you think of me, I am your mother.
Why did you have to come back now, when I don't want you anymore?
But the road back to the daughter she left behind.
Look out! It's not my mother!
Reagan?
Is the hardest journey she'll ever make. Marianne Mobley guest stars on Born Free. Dateline, Disneyland. When it comes to basketball, no one does it quite like Sport Goofy. And when it comes to the NBA, no one does it quite like the Detroit Pistons.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you.
Joe Dumars, you and the Detroit Pistons have just won your first NBA championship. What are you gonna do next?
I'm running Disneyland!
Next, take an intriguing look at the universe we live in with the scheme of things. People stories. No one told them better than Walt Disney, and here's one of his most heartwarming. Haley Mills stars as a member of a fabulous family trying to make it on their own.
Black day for the carries.
Didn't I tell you that everything always turns out all right in the end?
Burlives co-stars in the story of summer fun and summer romance. It's Walt Disney's Summer Magic.
Glorious moment in the great American scene.
Dateline, Disneyland. It's a blast to the past. As Disneyland's 1950s-style rock and roll celebration returns for its second Smash season.
Disneyland!
And this year, the party's bigger and better than ever, with sights, sounds, fads, and fun of that ever-popular era.
Blast to the past is fabulous.
And the entertainment never stops as some 150 performers burst into a musical extravaganza at the Main Street Hop.
Blast to the past is right on.
On weekends and holidays, there's a dazzling new Blast to the Past parade filled with music and dancing.
Blast to the past is the raddest thing that ever happened to Disneyland.
And there's a beach party going on in the warm California sun for the whole family to enjoy.
It's cool!
There are hula hoops, doo-wop groups, and some classic cars you could be lucky enough to win.
Unbelievable!
Special treats include live concerts with Little Anthony, Freddie Cannon, Benny King, and Fabian.
Blast of the Past is really boss.
The 50s are back in a big way every day at Disneyland's Rocking-Est Party, now through June 18th.
It's a whole different world. We love it at Disneyland.
Blast of the Past, you
Hollywood has not always presented the robot as a lovable and warm R2-D2 type. Early movies like Metropolis, Gog, and The Forbidden Planet featured stereotype robots abducting helpless heroines or taking over towns. But in the factory, and instead of rebelling, robots are drilling, welding, cutting, twisting, and carrying. Come along with us to a contemporary Mad Hatter's tea party, where the hosts go wonk and clank and whir, hissing and crackling and flashing as they pour a spot of tea. It's a 20th century version of Alice's Adventures. Male and female space-age robots totter about with flashing eyes, shoe tree feet, and coffee urn heads. We won't find sugar and spice and everything nice, no snips or snails or puppy dogs' tails. These mechanized boys and girls are made of old vacuum cleaner parts, soap trays, kitchen clocks, teapots, and even banana split dishes. They have aluminum baseball bats for legs and ski pole tips for fingers. But as we'll see, that's just the beginning. We'll meet Snoopy, a police robot who can rescue a wounded officer or dispose of a bomb. We'll visit a factory where robots build other robots. We'll teach a robot new tricks and visit labs where scientists are designing the next robot generation. All that lies ahead, because the robots are coming to the scheme of things. There's a big difference between old and new robots. Today's robots are constructive, not destructive. And they not only entertain and amuse us. Cynthia Pollard has discovered an entire generation of industrial robots that are designed to do our work for us.
Long before scientists began making practical robots, artists and writers were creating mechanical men, often huge, frightening monsters that went berserk, or strange mechanical servants controlled by an intelligence from another planet. Robots were a natural for the movies. They were exotic, dramatic, and didn't ask for overtime pay. Director Fritz Lang used a rather elegant robot named Maria in his classic science fiction film for the silent screen Metropolis. This movie was made back in 1927. It gives us a fascinating perspective on what a top director of that time thought robots and city life might be like in the year 2000. Not all movie robots were as graceful as Maria. In fact, some were downright clunky, more closely related to the Tin Woodsman or an erector set. But others had flair, style, a certain nuts and bolts charm. Somehow, kids always seem to have a special way with movie robots, and robots always seem to have a special way with movie blondes. Many robots in fiction make a career of threatening civilization, and for some reason, they are always smarter than real people. They usually look something like people too, but not always. Of course, a robot doesn't have to look like a person. Unimation Incorporated is the largest U.S. maker of robots. Unimation President Joe Engelberger is the proud father of an entire family of industrial robots. Joe, this